Yang, 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 yang. Yeah, you already know what it is, man. Coach Jones, back up in the gym today, ready to get this working. You already know what it is, man. As you guys can see, it's wet, it's cold, it's rainy. It's the fall time for sure. You know, we're dead in the middle of bulking season. And today I'm going to show you guys some isolation movements that you can do with your legs to increase that overall size and to get more cut looking legs for this upcoming beach season. Now, if you're new to the channel, make sure that you guys like the video on the way in. Also, be sure to hit that subscribe button and notification bell. Now, without further ado, let's go ahead and get this working.
SHWAKUB. 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 One time for the one time. SHWAKUB. And the finisher. We out. So like I said, guys, we are attacking legs today. We're really going to focus on our isolated movements, but of course we have to still start with one of our compound variations of a squat, and what we'll start with here will actually be split squats. So we're still isolating each leg at a time, not necessarily just focused on one while the other's resting. However, the drive is primarily coming through the front leg in this exercise. So we'll go ahead and get set. We're going to go for 8 reps on each leg. Okay, we're still going to perform our split squat with a high bar placement. We'll get into our stance. Okay, my back heel is going to stay up the whole time, and I'm really going to focus on externally rotating that front side hip to keep that knee, ankle, and hip in line. Okay, so again, we're going to go 8 reps here, nice and controlled, driving through that front leg the whole way. Nice and controlled. There's our 8 on our right. We'll go 8 on the left here. Same thing here. Big focus on externally rotating that hip, okay, to keep that knee, ankle, and hip in line. Nice and controlled. That first set felt great. So we kept it pretty light for this first set. We're going to work up in weight, maybe do anywhere from 4 to 6 sets of our split stance squat today, and then we'll move on to our first true isolation movement of the day. Now our next movements for today will take place right here at the Smith machine. We're going to start with one of my favorite leg builders, one of my favorite glute builders overall, which are going to be Smith machine reverse lunges. Okay, we're going to go a little bit lower in volume on this one, a little bit higher in time under tension. So it'll be a little bit slower of a movement compared to our split squats that we just finished. However, the volume is going to be a little bit lower too. So we're going to work for 6 reps on each leg, and then we will go into our superset movement. So again, I'm reaching back as far as I can. I'm still externally rotating that front hip. So my right leg, I'm thinking about externally rotating it as I'm stepping back and out with my left leg, keeping a contraction on it the entire way. Nice and controlled. Here we go, 2 more. Big squeeze going up and at the top. There's 6 on our right. Here we go with our left. 6 here. Nice and controlled the whole way down. Externally rotate that hip. Driving up and through. Touch and go. Three more. Last one. And we'll just rack this. And we'll drop the weight. And we'll work straight into our single leg Smith machine calf raises. Here, a little bit higher in volume, so we're going to go back to 8 reps, okay? 8 reps here. Nice and controlled. There's our left, and then our right. Making sure we got enough of our heel hanging off so that we can properly dorsiflex the ankle. Big squeeze at the top. And there's our set of 8 calf raises on each leg. So we'll do a few more sets here, probably anywhere from 3 to 4 sets here. And then we'll head on over to our second superset of the day. Our second superset of the day is going to start right here, and all we need for it is just a dumbbell. And what we're going to do are kickstand RDLs. Now, kickstand RDLs, they're a regression from our single leg RDLs. This just keeps our non-working leg slightly placed on the floor just to keep us balanced, just to keep us stable. And again, if we're stabilizing with our non-working leg, that means that our muscles in our working leg can focus that much more on the contraction and the stretch in the eccentric portion of the lift. So kickstand RDLs, all we're going to do is our non-working leg, which will be our right leg here, we'll just pop that heel up. Our toe is just slightly touching the floor. Again, it's just for support. We really don't want to work that leg, okay? And then again, we're going to perform these the same way that we would regular RDL. So again, it's a shift slide. So hip shift and then the dumbbell slide straight down the leg, big squeeze on the contraction on the way up and at the top. And again, we're going to go for moderate volume here. So we're going to go for a set of 8. Keeping the movement nice and controlled the whole way through. 3 more. Lots of tension on that hamstring. Finishing with our hips all the way through. Nice squeeze on the glute and the hamstring. We'll go right leg now. Okay, same thing here. I'll just pop that heel up on that left leg and then shift slide. So hip shift, dumbbell slides. Big squeeze. Big squeeze at the top. Halfway through. Last 2. Big, 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 big stretch. Squeeze it. Nice finish at the top. Here we go. One more. And there is our set of 8 reps on each leg for our first movement in our superset. Now the next movement in our superset will take place right over here. Last but not least, we're going to superset those kickstand RDLs with heel touchdowns. Now, heel touchdowns, as you guys know, is an ankle exercise, really focused on mobility. We're just going to keep it nice and light, and we'll just do 8 on each leg here. So nice and controlled the whole way. Halfway, keeping that left heel down on the platform. There's our 8 on our left. Here we go, 8 on our right. And there are our 8 heel touchdowns. Now we can head on over to our last superset of the day, which will take place right over here. Now our last superset of the day is going to start right here with just our little stool. And what we're going to do are going to be seated pistol squats, okay? So this is a progression from assisted pistol squats when we're trying to work for our own autonomous strength to get ourselves through the entire movement. So if you don't know what a pistol squat is, and some of you may not know, there's a difference between a pistol squat and a single leg squat, okay? And the small difference is with a pistol squat, your leg will extend out in front. Single leg squat, your leg goes out back. So that's just a small difference between a pistol squat and a single leg squat. So here we're going to do seated pistol squats, okay? And like I said, it's a progression from the assisted version. So we're going to keep volume still relatively light here, and we're going to go for 6 on each leg. So we're going to lower ourselves nice and controlled, touch the seat, come to a complete stop, and then we're back up. Nice and controlled. There's 2, 3. It might look funny with my hands, but as you guys can see, I need to kind of use them as a counterbalance just so I can stay upright. Again, mobility, flexibility, super important to the level of fitness that you're able to achieve. So here's number 6. And now we'll go right leg, okay? So we did 6 on our left. Here we go, 6 right. Same thing, nice and controlled on the way down. Arms are used to stabilize, keeping our core tight the entire way. If you need to find a spot on the wall or on the floor to focus on just to keep your balance, you know, it's always recommended that you do so. Here we go, last 2. And then our last pistol squat. And there it is, our set of pistol squats. And our last exercise of the day that we'll superset with will actually take place right over here. Now to superset those pistol squats, we're going to do single leg box jumps, okay? Nothing tricky, nothing anything that's too fancy, okay? That's just some old school power output movement. Again, we're trying to get as much contraction and as much force production out of that leg as we can while it's already tired. Again, we're trying to maximize that contraction. Nothing maximizes your contraction more than explosive movements such as running and jumping. Now, would I advise you to try to jump as high as you can and run as fast as you can after a lift? Probably not, but they are things that you could still implement at the end of your lift to get that power output, to develop that explosiveness. So like I said, we're going to do single leg box jumps, making sure we stick and extend on the top, okay? And we're just going to do 4 on each leg. Keep it nice and low volume, high power output. We're going to go for quality of reps over quantity of reps, okay? Making sure that we finish up nice and tall, contraction on that glute that we're working. So there's our left leg. Now we'll go right leg. Same thing here. Big jump, big stick, big contraction at the top. Jump, stick, contract. Here we go, last one. And there it is. Now, we'll do a few more supersets in between our pistol squat and our box jumps, and then we are good to go.
Another beautiful day, another absolutely phenomenal lift. As you guys could tell by the thumbnail, we got some phenomenal work in today, baby. Legs feeling good, looking great. Now, if you didn't on the way in, which I don't know why you wouldn't have, make sure that you guys like the video on the way out. Also, be sure to hit that subscribe button and notification bell. That way you can get all the latest updates on videos when I post them and new goals when I create them. If you want the full-length version of today's workout, head on over to my Patreon where you can access all of the full-length versions of the workouts that I do right here on YouTube. Last but not least, head on over to Instagram, hit Coach Jones with a follow at Coach Jones _. That is at Coach Jones _. Now, until next time, peace.